Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? I finally got everything in to have the long awaited JoAnn's haul for you. I ordered this. Yeah, I ordered this a month ago. I ordered this on Black Friday, I think. And I don't think they do invoices, so I have no like sheet to back it up. But, well, I mean, I'm sure they do invoices online. And if I'd thought about it, I would have went back into my email. But I'm still excited to show you. And it's only at the time of my recording this, it is December 23rd. Like, it's very early in the morning, December 23rd. Hopefully you'll see it the day of, and I don't have anything go haywire with my uploading or anything like that. If not, it'll be like the 24th, but it should be the 23rd. So either way, it'll be right before Christmas, because there's a Christmas yarn in here that I wanted to show you, that you've probably by now already seen because it took so long to get this out to you. However, I feel that the one that I got is quite flexible. You'll see why. We'll get there. But I will say this one is the first package that arrived, because this is the way they split it up. This one. Then I got a box, which I can't hold up the box because, like, as you notice, this is open. I opened each one to see what portion of the order I got. The box is long gone because I wanted to see what was in that, and there was hardly anything in it for the size of box that I got. So the contents of that box, I'm just gonna like hover my hand, is over here. And then just yesterday, I think, this, make sure I'm not showing off an address, this came. So this was the third part that I was waiting on to be able to show you. So now I have all three parts. I almost gave up on that part. I mean, not like gave up. I mean, I was going to eventually get it or, you know, figure out what was happening. I almost gave up on that part and just showed you guys these so that I could, this was what I was most excited to show you. But I almost gave up on that and was either going to do a separate video, or to be fully honest, I own some of that yarn and I was just going to be like, look, let me show you some that I already have, and just, you know, I can tell you that I have it coming, but this is what it is, you know, so that I can show you this and then track down that yarn, basically. But I was trying to actually get the yarn and be fully honest. And I mean, not that I would have lied. I would never have lied about it, but just be fully honest. And here is the full order and everything. Plus, you know, just in case there was some fun story with the delivery, because it's crazy. Like, I live in Michigan, and if you know your U.S. geography, the two states to the south of me are Ohio and Indiana. Well, I'm assuming it either originated in Ohio from a store in Ohio, or I'm talking about the third package, or that's just where the tracking had picked up from. Like, I don't know, really, because the tracking on it seemed a bit odd. But regardless, that is where the tracking, once I started watching it, was from. And so there was a town, I don't remember which town, but there was a town in Ohio. Then it moved to a different town in Ohio. Then it moved to a third town in Ohio. So for me, logic would say it was either going to move up into Michigan, or maybe over into Indiana and then up into Michigan. Or some possibility over to Chicago, which is in Illinois, if you don't know, and then up to Michigan or something. Like, just because Chicago's a really big city, it's possible, you know, maybe. But instead, what it did was it went all the way down south to Florida. So Ohio, Florida. And it stayed in Florida for quite some time. And I'm like, why? So I was just, that's when I was contemplating giving up doing the video. And then it jetted from Florida all the way to Michigan. I don't know. Regardless, It's here now. It's safe. And everything is here. So you want to see what I got? The first thing that I have to show you that I'm super excited about. And I'm assuming, I don't know that this is going away. So you may remember JoAnn's had their Halloween yarn, obviously at Halloween time. Well, before Halloween, and it sold out. So, and last year they had a Halloween yarn, and I thought it sold out. It did at the time sell out. Then they brought it back the same colors this year, plus some new ones, and then all of that sold out. Right? You guys remember, I assume. And I was lucky enough at the time. I promise this has a reason why I'm talking about it. I assume, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on some both years, right? Did I get all of the colors? I got all of the colors the first year. Finally. There was a possibility that I wasn't, and then I was lucky enough to get some. I got 2 of the colors for sure. I think I got all 3 of the... Were there 3 colors? I know for a fact I have 2 colors from this year. Anyway, that part's not important. The point was I got them, and that they are now gone. So they're gone. Now, are they gone, or will they be back next year, right? Is my question. I assume they're gone, but will they make more, I guess, is the question. The reason I ask that is you probably know by now, JoAnn's also came out with a Christmas yarn. A series of them. Several series of them. They came out with a 3-weight. They came out with, I believe, a 5 or a 6-weight. Maybe both. And then they came out with a Big Twist Value 4-weight yarn. Now, that's what we're talking about today. Because I like my 4-weight yarns. One color specifically is what piqued my interest. And I had been hearing that it was selling out. I think the last time I checked, they were back, pretty much all of them were back in stock. I think. However, are they going to go away? I don't know. I assume the answer is yes. I assume after the holidays, they're going to be gone. Maybe even right now, because I didn't do my research beforehand. These took forever to even get this video made. I didn't look. But, so I got it. I popped on it. The one, normally, Christmas yarn does not speak to me. I will say all of this to say, Christmas yarn does not speak to me. But what did speak to me is, for the reveal, let me get the color name, the Peppermint Ribbon. Let me hold this up for you. The Peppermint Ribbon. Why the Peppermint Ribbon, are you asking? Because, as a goth, as a witchy goth, I am a very purpley girl. I'm a very orangey, Halloweeny girl. And I do also I like my rainbows. Somewhere over here is some rainbows. Like I said, my purples. And I do like my vintagey colors with the avocado greens and the rusty oranges. And I also like my neons, right? I'm a girl of many different tastes, I suppose. But I have not really been known as a red lover. I understand that. However, where does this come into play in my life? Honestly, I don't see Christmas with this at all. You know if you've been around the channel at all, that your girl is a very, very big fan of horror movies. I love Stranger Things. That I love Jason Voorhees so much. I love Michael Myers. I love Freddy. I love all things horror. Does this with that in mind, does this not say horror slasher? Does it not say Halloween in some way to you? In some way. I know, we're all right now holiday geared, and I do see the peppermint in it. I do see where they were going. But I don't want to see it. I want to see Halloween horror. I do. As a Stranger Things fan, I want to see that the uniform on Vecna/1/11 or /Henry, sorry, or 11, her gown, the massacre at Hawkins' lab. I want to see that bloody white hospital gown. That's what I see. I see horror and blood and destruction, gore. But that's what I see. And whether you see it or not, maybe it's a lovely holiday yarn, but that's why I got it. Maybe you'll get it for a different reason. Maybe you like it for a different reason. But it did finally come in. If you are not familiar with Big Twist yarn, let's talk about it for a second. This is Big Twist Value, specifically. It is 100% acrylic in this lovely little skein. There are 200, let me put the crinkly bag down for just a second. There are 269 yards, which is 246 meters. It is 4.3 ounces, which is 121 grams. They suggest this is a medium 4-weight, and it is. I like to stick to comparing anything a medium 4-weight. I feel like a universal medium 4-weight is Red Heart Super Saver. So many people are familiar with it, and it's my perfect idea of a 4-weight yarn. So I would agree with it being a 4-weight. However, it is slightly thinner than Super Saver. Ever so slightly. You could still probably mix it with it and have no issue. I'm sure I have mixed it with it and had no issue. It is nice and soft too. It's softer than most Super Savers. I know Super Saver does throw you a curveball and soften up a little bit of its yarn here and there. So it is comparable to a few of them. Let's see what other stats we got here. They suggest a 5mm knitting needle or a... Okay, it says 5mm knitting needle, US 8. And it says a US H/8 crochet hook. But it says they left the millimeters blank for the crochet hook. That would be 5mm also, by the way. It's interesting. It is machine washable. As with all the Big Twist, it says do not tumble dry, and it says dry flat. I will tell you, I mean, unless it's something with the dye in this skein, I will tell you I am a big fan of the Big Twist Value, and I have made many things with it, like blankets wise and everything, that I'm not going to hand wash at all. I put it in a washer, I put it in a dryer. I've had no issue, nothing. It's totally fine for me, totally fine. I think JoAnn's puts it on pretty much all of their yarn just to avoid any issue at all, basically. So, I mean, acrylic yarn is going to pill. It's not anti-pilling or anything like that. I think they just avoid any kind of conflict at all and throw it on there to dry it flat and that kind of thing. But unless that kind of thing doesn't strike your fancy, it's fine. Do not iron it. Okay, here's the thing. It says do not bleach and low iron. But there's an X through the iron. I do not suggest ironing it. The helpful hints on here say that 13 of these lovely skeins will make a medium-sized blanket. The blanket being 50 inches by 60 inches, which is 127 centimeters by 152 centimeters. They say 6 of these will make a pillow, an adult-sized pillow. That's new, I think. I don't think they had a pillow on here before. They say 1 of these will... JoAnn, are you playing me? They say that 1 of these will make a scarf and 3 of these will make a hat. I'm going to guess that's reversed. Or that, or one of... Well, that wouldn't make sense either. I'm going to guess that's reversed. Where were you? Made in India. And again, the color is called Peppermint Ribbon. And remember that lengthy discussion I had dating back to the Halloween yarn as to whether or not this yarn would stick around or not? Well, you guys know I'm a big fan of making blankets and that I do aspire to make cardigans and things like that. So, because I don't know the future of this yarn, and because it was a Black Friday sale, I got 1, 4, 7, empty bag. That's interesting. 10. I got 10 of these guys. Oh, no, it's gonna fall. Oh no, bye. I got 10 of these. However, 13 will make a medium blanket. I'll mix it in with something. I'm not going to just make this anyway, so that's totally fine. But, yeah. So I got 10 of these. But does this not say, like, serial killer blanket? Come on. I don't care what anybody says. To me, it does. That's my, that's my vision for it. Is something much more sinister. All right, so that's the first package that came. The second package, the second thing was a box. And I had my eye on this stuff for a very long time. A very long time, since before Halloween, or at least during Halloween. It's not that I necessarily think these are Halloween-ish yarn. Well, Halloween-ish, meaning they would go with the Halloween yarn, but not specifically Halloween yarn. But it is another Big Twist value. And I got, I'll just say right now, I got 4 of each one. There's a 3-pack also sitting over here. But I got these 2 yarns. These are Big Twist value also. I think I just said that. And this one is almost always, or was when I got these, this one was almost always sold out. And for a while, this one was too. I think people were just big fans of this during Halloween also. But I caught them during the sale, and they were stocked up and everything, so I grabbed them. They have the same stats, but this one is in the color Cherry Mix, and it's got these beautiful different shades of red. It almost looks like you're mixing red Kool-Aid into a jar. You know, a jug of water, I mean, and there's the different, like before it's fully mixed, there's the different shades of the powder as it hits. So there's the Cherry Mix. And then this one is Perplexed. And it's got the same purple spots there. Isn't that beautiful? This one's got like a little deformity going on there. That's okay. It's beautiful anyway. So they have the same stats, like I said, and They, interestingly enough, have the same... Oh, were they made in the same places, though? Nope, the purple was made in Turkey, and so these were made in Turkey. The peppermint was made in India. And I do have, of each one, I have a 3-pack over here. So I have 4 total of each of these. So I can mix it in with something. Maybe with the peppermint twist. I don't know yet. I'm sure I figured if I want to get more later, I can, or I can, like I said, mix it in with something, or make a smaller blanket, or something along those lines, you know. So I think they're beautiful. They also make the same, like speckling colors in, like a blue, a green. I really would like the green. I like the blue also. And then they have like a white that has like a blue, a light, like wintry blue speckle. That's very pretty. I wish they made an orange like that. That would be really beautiful. But those are the 2 I settled on because I was trying to be quite picky and choosy. Since ordering this, I've really decided to try to buckle down even harder and go through my own yarn before I order more things like this. But like I said, this order has been a long time coming. So, you know, it is what it is. Then for the package that has been around America, and these are things that I've had previously, and I just really wanted more of because I'm actually quite afraid that they're going to sell out, and that this is kind of, I don't want to say a one-trick pony, that sounds bad, but a limited item. I didn't see anywhere that they said it is going to be, but I'm kind of afraid it is. Like, I got really addicted to the rave yarn, and I do have, luckily, quite the collection. But now you can't, like, I see that the rave yarn's still there, but every time I click on it, there's basically no rave yarn left. And I don't want this to be like that. But I got some more Supernova yarn. Look at this beautiful rainbow goodness. It's so pretty. And all of the different colors, it's a color, but it's also rainbow goodness. And it's beautiful. And like I started out by saying at the beginning of this, you know, rainbow is one of my affinities. I love rainbow goodness. I love it. Let's talk about Supernova yarn to start with, and then we'll get into the beautiful colorways, right? Because I do have a small collection built up already. And honestly, the fact that this kept selling out during the Black Friday sale saved me from hoarding up a little bit more of it. Yeah. It kept going out of order, or not out of order, but like selling out from what I had in my cart the longer I put off buying my cart. So I only ended up with a small amount of what I actually wanted to get. So Supernova, I'll put down the crinkly package again until we get to it. Big Twist Supernova is 80% premium acrylic and 20% wool. And it does have a feeling of like, if you've ever used like Scarfy yarn, it has that kind of feeling. It's a roving yarn like Scarfy also. It's thinner than Scarfy, which brings me to the point that it is a fine number 2 yarn. And I mean, it's roving, so it is going to be thicker and thinner in some spots, but it is a pretty thin yarn. Like this part that I'm showing you, I would probably say is a thin 3 yarn, but it is pretty thin. So I'd call it like a thin Scarfy yarn though. Let's see. They want a 4mm knitting needle, which is a US 6, and a 4mm crochet hook, which is a G6. They say it is machine washable. They are really, okay. It says machine washable, do not tumble dry flat. Now I did a video specifically with this yarn about breaking the rules of washing it and drying it and all that, and I made granny squares, measured them. If I remember, I'll link it down below or something somewhere, but well, go see it for yourself, but I will wash and dry this. I will make blankets out of it. I will wash it. I will dry it. Enough said. But what I'm laughing about, it says machine washable, and then it says, do you remember the last one where it said to iron on low, but it had the iron icon with an X through it? This says machine washable, no iron. And here's the icon that they have for no iron. Okay. I again would not suggest iron. I would not suggest ironing yarn, and if you do, putting like a towel on the top of it and ironing the towel on a low heat. That's just me. This says that 4 skeins of this will make a blanket that is 50 inches by 60 inches, which is 127 centimeters by 152 centimeters. It says 3 of these will make an adult sweater. It says 1 of these will make a hat, which, I mean, obviously like part of one would make a hat. And then 1 of these would make a scarf. These were made in Turkey. This is in the color Nebula, and it is, as you can see already, black with beautiful rainbow running through it. It's so gorgeous. If you are a rainbow gal or guy, which I am very much a rainbow gal, very much a child of the 80s, I love it. I love it so, so much. So I had already had some of this. I very much want to make a giant nebula blanket someday. I think it's stunning. And I had already had, I forget how many of these, but I know I hoarded up as many as I could afford at the time. And luckily this was still up and I grabbed 2 of these. So I got 2 more of these. This is something, even though I don't want to continue like a buying spree, I would grab a few more of these if they're still available, if they're at a good price, because I really, really want like a black rainbow. I have a thing for, if you've heard that Dio song, Rainbow in the Dark, like if I dyed yarn, that would be something I would strive for, is to make like a rainbow in the dark yarn. So every time I see something like this, I'm like, rainbow in the dark, rainbow in the dark. That's what's always going on in my head, is just like, there are certain songs and ideas for yarn that just stick in my head, and that's definitely one of them. So that I want to make a rainbow in the dark blanket, and this is it right here. Definitely it, without even having to mix any yarns. So gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. So I got, like I said, 2 of those, and they are part of the shipment that traveled around the US. And then the other one that I got is, I had only gotten 2 or 3 in my last shipment, because I thought I would mix it with a different color that I had gotten. And that was a good plan, I think, solid plan. But when these were on sale in the Black Friday sale, and when a bunch of the colors were selling out that I wanted and stuff, I ended up purchasing this one. Like, again, this is same stats and everything, but it's the color Blue Planet. And it is this beautiful, like, dusty blue with another stunning rainbow running through it. It's so pretty, that I decided to pick up more of this one, because I was like, you know what? This could make a beautiful standalone blanket, or I could still mix it with whatever out there that in the other room is where I'm keeping this yarn. Whatever I was going to mix it with, but have more of this to mix it with. Because I think it's just so pretty. Have I mentioned that I love rainbows? 'Cause I love rainbows. JoAnn's is really tugging me with this, because like this, the rave yarn got me with the rainbows, or with the neons. This is getting me with the roving, or with the rainbows, and they're both roving. JoAnn's has really been speaking to me with stuff like this, like really been speaking to me. Making it hard to start with the no buying stuff. But, and again, I mean, I always say I'm not doing no buying because I'm not going to fool myself with that, but I am striving to use more than I buy for certainly, but making it hard to not just want to hoard it, that's for sure, because it's like, this would make me happy looking at it every single day. It'll make me happy looking at a blanket made out of it too, though, right? So pretty. It is so pretty. I love it. So if it's going to embark on a blanket of its own, I have 2 loose ones here. Find a space for it. I have my little mini Funkos set up from my Vlogmases, so I'm trying not to like knock those over. I have those 2, and then a 3-pack. So I have 5 of them, and that is the shipment that went to all the way to Florida and back. It made it safely home to me. So anyway, so that is everything that I got. Not the biggest shipment in the world to be split up into 3 separate shipments, and then like the box that these speckly ones came in was big enough to hold everything that I got, honestly. But you know, they ship from like different locations and things like that. So I mean, I understand. I didn't understand the choice to do a box as big as those 8 skeins came in, but it was comically big, honestly. Like I thought they had made a mistake and like shipped my whole shipment in it, aside from like what I had already got and all that. It was big. I should have like taken a picture or something of it. But yeah, it wasn't enough stuff to like split into 3s and then wait for over a month. And I'm sure the only reason that all of that happened was because it was Black Friday's sale and everybody was buying up stuff and, you know, shipping and all that kind of things during the holidays and that kind of stuff. So had it been like just a regular timed order, I'm sure it wouldn't have taken that long and been that like crazy. So anyway, yeah, let me know if you got things in the Black Friday sale, or if you liked any of these yarns, or if you had any opinions of any of the yarns. Let me know. Which one was your favorite that I showed you? Or, you know, let's talk. So, all right, until next time, I am freezing again. So I'm going to let you guys go. But thank you for stopping by, and I will talk to you soon. All right. I love you guys. Bye.